Good evening, our beloved viewers. It's 9 p.m. You are watching on live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. National Assembly first extraordinary session of the year 2021. IMPH inclusion restitution of the national strategy of the handicapped person. And on the international scene, Tunisia hospitals overwhelmed by the new waves of COVID-19. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. A message of congratulations from the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, to his Somali counterpart, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, sent today, Thursday, a congratulatory message to his Somali counterpart, Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Mohammed from Major, on the occasion of the celebration of the National Day of this brotherly, friendly, and neighboring country. In his message, the President of the Republic wishes to the President of Somalia, Mr. Farmajo, health and happiness and more well-being, development and prosperity of the brotherly Somali people. And he then welcomed the continuous progress record in Somalia at all levels and reiterated Djibouti's commitment to work for the full restoration of peace, security, and tranquility throughout the Somali territory, the Republic of Djibouti, which share with the Somali community of people, culture, language, and geographical proximity will remain tirelessly mobilized in the legitimate quest to reconnect this brotherly country with its former glory, wrote the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. And now the National Assembly today, in accordance with the provision of Article 52 of the Constitution of National Assembly, conduct the work of a first extraordinary session of the 2021 during a plenary session this morning. The General Assembly, the session was chaired by the President of the National Assembly, Mohamed Ali Hamed, in the presence of the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamel Mohamed, Minister, and parliamentarians were also present. The opening ceremony marked by the speech of the speakers of parliament include the admission of substitute members of parliament and remind them of the right and prerogative inherent of office and legislatures, the government as well as the new ministers enter the government. The agenda was essentially devoid to the study and adoptions of the following four tests. Number one, law number 128, 2021, ratification of the financing agreement of integrate monetary transfer and human capital strengthening project. Ratification number two, the ratification of the financing agreement for the external entities of Demerjok power plant. And the extension of the electricity transmission network. Number three, a law number 130, adoption of a 2018 financial account of the National Printing Office of Djibouti. And number four, finally, amending and supplementing law, the regulation of the import, storage, transport and distribution of the hydrocarbons and refining these activities. And on this base of the exchange, the main lines of discussion of the uh, taxes of concern the criteria of vulnerability, benefit from the assistance, food security, social category, and geographical coverage of assistance, the focal point for conducting the assistance program and resources generating activities known as IGA. The second text elicited reaction relating to the impact of households adjustment to the malfunction of the electricity network consequence and environmental studies, fossil energies, green energies, and the lowering of the price. The third point of discussion concerned the exclusivity of printing of official and administrative document. The last text concerned the circuit of a chain related to the control of marketing of petroleum products needs to be consolidated at the end of the consequent and fruitful exchange and following the adoptions of the above mentioned text. The President of the National Assembly closed congratulate all the parliamentarians for the work done before the declaring close the first extraordinary session of the year 2021. In his intervention, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamel Mohammed responded to the Parliament and put the action on the renewable energy, which is, he said, which he is in process of the implementing, and it is the project a few years ago. They asked. About energy independence, the Prime Minister reassured all the parliamentarians by explaining them the new resources, renewable energy that are being produced, and this will allow our country to be independent from Ethiopian in renewable energy. We have reached an important moment, said the assembly, the president of the assembly, moment in the democracy life of our hemicycle. Our ordinary session is coming to an end after many months of hard work and dedication to live up to the mandate entrusted to us by our compatriots. There are many reasons to be satisfied because the balance sheet of the legislative years that is coming to an end is very positive, and this at all levels. But before going to the heart of our legislative work, I must pause to reflect on the high point that our country has experienced since recent months, referring to the election of last April. Their infinite wisdom, our compatriot decided to entrust once again the reins of the country to a bolder, visionary, and provisional man, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. The vast majority of population has chosen to reappoint the President of the Republic, who no longer had proved himself in the management of the country's affairs, a country that he has carried on his broad shoulders for the past 2 decades, a country that he made emerge and put on an orbit of development and the exponential growth. I would like to celebrate, said the President of the National Assembly, the political majority, the people of Djibouti, who have demonstrated their wisdom and serenity during this moment of the truth, like its select officially, its ruling class and all its forces. The people of Djibouti voted in calm and tranquility throughout the country, said the President of the National Assembly. It is in the arid plains in Hadagala that an important Djiboutian delegation headed by the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, composed of the Minister of Budget Abdul Karim Aden Sher, Minister of Agriculture Mohammed Aden Awale, and of course the other executive member. An objective of this tribe to visit and get a close look at the water pumping plant and adequate for water supply in Hadagala. On their arrival, the delegation was welcomed with the enthusiasm and the rhythm of the well, while the local troop uh, the two flags of the Republic of Djibouti and that of Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia as a sign of friendship and brotherhood between the two populations, strongly greeted and welcomed by the latter. Those did not hide their emotion. This visit allowed the members of the high-level delegation to share with the local population strong moments of exchange and consolidate consultation and to inquire about the daily work of the inhabitants. The population also thank the government at its highest level for the opportunities created by this water supply project for the region of Hadagala. Still, during the delegation led by the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed visit the water pumping plant and adequate known as the Kulan Valley, the purpose of this visit was to inquire about the operation of the during water supply system at the Hadagala station. The plant of delegation visit the remote management room at the water treatment plant, visiting the facilities were delayed, where the details explanation were present to them by those in charge of the management and treatment, the pumping station, which is not at its full potential. In his intervention, the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed stressed and said, here we are in the station of Hadagala, which is supplied with energy, and from where the drilling water has arrived at this level. There, the Prime Minister added, I can say it is a return to belong to the Hadagala station, which goes to Al Sabih, Dikhil, and even more in Djibouti city. We have seen stations which are in good condition, but this borehole is not electrified. This is the only problem that exists, said the Prime Minister. And now, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mohamud, sponsored today a signing ceremony of founding agreement for the schooling of children and the empowerment of girls in rural areas on funding from the French government. The ceremony took place in the presence of the French ambassador to Djibouti, Arnaud Gilwa, and UNICEF representative in Djibouti, Ms. Melva Johnson, the Director General of the IFD, and the Consular Corporation of Cultural Action of French Embassy in Djibouti. The Secretary General of MENFO were also present in this ceremony. The senior official took part in this ceremony. This project must provide adequate responses to the problem of schooling of children and employment of girls in rural areas, according to the representative of UNICEF in Djibouti, Ms. Melfa Johnson, who also shared the local groups of education partners partner. She emphasized how this project will develop collaboration mechanism between IFD, MENFOP, and UNICEF to solve this problem. The French ambassador to Djibouti, Arnaud Gilwa, said that this project originated from a request from UNICEF for the MENFOP Education Action Plan for the period 2021-2025. Then a consultation have helped to develop the contour of this project, which focus on the schooling of children, the economic integration of young people in vulnerable situations with particular emphasize on gender and early childhood. He added. He concluded reminding that the immediate future IFD is making available of UNICEF an envelope of 160,000 euros of finance of feasibility studies, which will be carried out very quickly and whose results will be available next fall. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mohamoud, stressed at length the importance of this project, which will strengthen the skills and competence of the youth and the active population in order to provide a qualified and abundant workforces for the to accompany the economic growth of the country. He also indicated that MENFOB is keen to transform the Djiboutian school to benefit from quality and inclusive schooling for all. The minister finally expressed his sincere thanks to the IFD and the French government as well as the UNICEF for their partnership and their valuable support in the ambition of strengthening the quality of Djiboutian schools. And now the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with the Parliament, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohamed, accompanied by the Chief of General Staff in the Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, presided this Thursday, July 1st, at Ali Aouni in the region of Arta, a ceremony of inauguration of new infrastructure for the Rapid Intervention Battalion. These new facilities include office and storage rooms for spare parts, two hangars of 700 meters each with a capacity of 96 vehicles. These two hangars are intended to house a rapid intervention battalion's fleets of vehicles and play a role in protecting them from the bad weather and the harsh climate in this area. The U.S. forces have equipped the Rapid Action Battalion with 48 type of arm mover, the tactical vehicles, and six personal carriers that require the mobility of the battalion and its ability to break down into component units. In addition to the arm, in addition. This will provide better protection against under-track mine explosion, which such as barrier improves the explosion devices. The ceremony was attended by the Chief of Defense, General Tahir Ali Mohammed, the Director of National Police, Colonel Abdullah Abdi Farah, the American instructor and staff component. Upon descent from the helicopter, Hassan Umar Mohammed was welcomed by the Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Mohamoud Assowe, commander of the battalion, in the presence of the Colonel Daira Hassan Abadid, commander of the Amore Regiment, the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with the Parliament. Hassan Umar Mohammed reviewed the troops still in the framework of the fight against COVID-19. The barrier gestures were respected, namely the washing hands of the mandatory wearing of a mask and social distancing. In his speech, the first he first congratulate those in charge of building engineering service and the IDF engineering engine for the Republic and remarkable work done. Thus, it is your duty to ensure with rigor the maintenance of upkeep to the infrastructure placed at your disposal. Here are his works. Once the review was done, His Excellency Hassan Omar Mohammed, the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with the Parliament, accompanied by General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, proceeded to the presentation of awards. These awards was a promotion to the higher rank of the military works excel in their file. These laureates were noticed by the excellence of the work accomplished, the abnegation in the execution of assigned tasks, and their will to all the tests provide their performance and congratulate them through this promotion. The National Agency for Persons with Disability organized this morning, jointly with a non-governmental institution, a workshop on the restitution of the work relating to people with disabilities at the People's Palace. This workshop was chaired by the Director General of the INPH, Mr. Douali Said Mohamoud, and the different executive of the governmental and non-governmental institution also took part in this ceremony. Many other parliament. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.